Yeah.
I tried to say that reggae. I don't know.
Hey, DDT man. It's a bumbleclot good time. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. I'm Steve Schaefer.
I'm Cody Adams.
And this is a Damn Good Time podcast.
Hit him with it.
Yeah. On this week's episode, we're just going to sit down here and talk to you again.
Yeah, we missed a week, so
Yeah.
we got plenty to talk
We're
about.
back. We had a weekend off.
Yeah. Took Father's Day weekend off. You know, it was too dang nice out, and you know we got boats, so
Yeah.
that's what we do.
We had to do boat stuff. Well, we went golfing and shit too. So
We did go golfing, so that was fun too. But I still feel this vibe.
yeah.
Cute.
And there it is. Yeah, I figured we'd start off with a little bit of nice, relaxing summertime music. We are officially into summer.
Yeah, it's been swinging in the 90s and storming like crazy, so
Yeah.
you know it's here.
I forget when the actual first day of summer was, but it happened now, so we are.
Yeah, it was last week sometime, I remember.
Yeah.
I remember it was summer solstice.
Yeah, and that's, I always, because I don't know why I think about it like this, but like, oh, the summer solstice happened. That means that's the longest day of the year, and now they're just going to get shorter, and summer's going to go away.
It just goes downhill from here.
I think it's because I get so psyched about it whenever it's the winter solstice. I'm like, our days are getting longer. We're getting closer. So then, like, I get that opposite swing.
But
You said, but.
we don't have that dang old hour change anymore.
Did they do away with it?
Yeah,
Like, this is the time it's always going to be?
I'm pretty sure it's officially gone.
That's fucking cool,
I
man.
mean, you can double check me on that, but that's the one good thing our government has done in a while. Just did that, and we don't want to talk about what else they've done lately, but everybody's aware.
Yeah. It's still saying, well, Google's saying maybe they might not have updated it, but it ends at 2 a.m. on Sunday, November 6th. Maybe Google just hasn't up. I know they were talking about passing it. It might have made it through certain channels. It might not just be all the way there and like, bam, set in stone.
Well, I'm rolling with it. So
Fuck it. Fuck it. Everybody else, you set your clocks back, but
Yeah.
Cody ain't.
I'm gonna be there an hour early to everything.
An hour late.
Would it be an hour late?
Yeah, if you're falling back.
It's gonna be an hour late to everything. That's even better.
Yeah, if they're falling back, their noon is now 11 o'clock, and your noon is still noon. You're like, fuck you guys.
I don't believe in that.
Yeah, I don't
It's my
believe-
religion.
It's-
This is my
yeah.
time.
Yeah, religious freedom, bro. Is this not America?
Yeah.
Is this not America?
Yeah.
So how's your last couple of weeks been?
Fun, painful,
Yeah.
exciting. Yeah, that's all I got. With a Father's Day week when we took off there, me and you went golfing for the Atwood Yacht Club tournament.
Yep.
Well, benefit thing, I believe. I don't think it just benefits them. I think they do something with the money, I hope. But
Yeah. Hopefully they
it was still a lot of fun. You were hitting aces.
bangers.
Hitting bang. I shouldn't say aces because that's hole in ones.
Yeah.
But you didn't do any of those. But you were close.
Never had an ace yet.
Yeah.
But
you were playing like a little bit of a scratch golfer out there. So I was highly impressed. I was playing pretty crappy.
yeah.
Had a few good hits, a few good putts. So
Yeah.
that's all I can ask for.
A few savers, and that, I mean, when you're playing in a foursome like that, in a scramble like that, that's all you really need to show up for is a couple savers. That's
Couple
it.
savers, yeah.
Let everybody else do some work. It's a team effort.
Yeah.
You don't want to. It's no fun if one person's hitting all the good shots. It's like, oh well, basically we're 4 under par for the day, but technically that person's 4 under par for the day, and we're all just here, just riding the coattails. But it makes it more fun whenever it's like you're getting some of them, and like, yeah, we used my ball that round. We used my ball a couple times, and
And we shot par. I mean,
yeah,
overall we shot par on 18 holes, which I think is great.
yeah,
I know for scramble it's probably not the best. You know,
No.
if you're half decent golfer, you're probably should be like 15 under.
right,
That's what the winning score was. So
yeah. And that's a fucking phenomenal score for a weekend tournament,
Yeah, right. Yeah. There are some really good golfers out there, though,
Yeah.
that I knew of. So, yeah, I mean, it's Still a lot of fun though.
Mhm.
I mean, I had a damn good time. I would say
I had a damn good time as well.
And then we got to go straight on the boats after that.
Yep.
So it was nice.
Yep.
You got to take your parents out. It was good to see them. Haven't seen them in a while, so
Yep.
that was always nice. And and I didn't. My wife was up in Michigan, so
Yeah. You didn't even have to be a father on Father's Day.
yeah. So then, in result of that, on Saturday, I also fell on a dock and broke my ribs. So I have 2 broken ribs right now because my wife wasn't there to supervise me. I
Yeah.
blame her. That's my own drunken fault, but
Yeah. Well, 'cause I think whenever we left, I think that was around like 6:00 ish in the afternoon, and I even saw you like kind of put your shirt back on, and almost you just kind of had like that vibe, like you were getting ready to leave. And I was like, "All right, what are you doing? You heading back then?" Or like, "Nah, man, I'm staying out here and shit." And I'm like, "Okay." Like,
Well, I laid down for a bit in the back of the boat, took a little
Yeah.
nap, took a little power nap until I heard a bunch of ruckus and people were trying to push a boat out and they had a ladder down. I'm like, ladder!
you're just laying there sleeping, and you just hear it. It sounds like your ladder's down.
Like I've been there before.
Yeah.
Fortunately, I took a little nap, but that was still a good day. And Sunday, Father's Day was good. She didn't get back home till 6 or 7, so I just went on the lake by myself again, just hung out.
Yeah.
With my broken ribs.
There's
Didn't
some
feel
new
that
wounds.
broken. Just
Well, we
felt
saw
like a
you out
bruise.
there
Yeah.
Friday or Sunday.
Didn't feel that broken, and then it wasn't until I think on Tuesday when I picked one of the babies up that like my back muscles started contracting and pulling on my ribs, and it was
Yeah.
like it was pretty bad. Like it felt really bad. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, okay. And then I woke up Wednesday morning and it would just not stop. I'm like, I should probably go see a doctor.
Just a good old muscle spasm,
Yeah.
just ripping at it. Like that's
Yeah.
not good. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
And it just would not stop. Like no matter what I was doing. If I
Yeah,
was laying down, it didn't matter. It was just sitting there and I'm like, I'm like just in so much pain. So
yeah, that sucks.
went to the ER, had them do a quick X-ray, and they're like, "Yeah, you got 2 broken ribs, but everything else is good. So here's some pain meds.
Yeah,
Bye bye.
throw some medicine at it. Go numb for a minute.
put an ice pack on it. Ain't nothing you can do for that.
Try not to breathe too deep. That's it.
Well, they gave me that little breathing thing. You know, you got to do your breaths.
Yeah.
Once an hour, I'm supposed to do my breaths. You know, breathe in, breathe out, and make the little ball float. And
I never had to do any of that shit.
yeah, they just want to make sure your lungs aren't filling with fluid, so you got to keep your lungs working.
Because you're not a fish.
Right.
You know, you need air. You don't need liquid
Yeah.
in there.
And if there's bruising, it's like
Yeah.
and all that. So, but it's been good, no problems.
That's cool.
It took me a couple days, the muscle spasming, and some pills, and now I'm feeling okay.
Right back at her.
Just don't want to move the wrong way or do the wrong thing,
Yeah.
or
You can't do the twist.
coughing's terrible, or
Yeah.
if you make me laugh too hard, you're gonna see me.
I'm going to try and come up with some good jokes for this show to really get you.
Yeah, but other than that, I mean, just a couple good weeks. This week was nice. We just did some more boating on the weekend.
Yeah.
Was kind of laid up on Thursday and Friday. After the Wednesday visit to the ER, and then Thursday, I really couldn't do much, so I just kind of laid up Thursday and Friday. And then went out on the boat on Saturday,
Yeah.
so it's good.
Hell yeah, dude.
And today's Sunday. We're recording on Sunday. So.
Yeah. We're recording a little late. Just it was nice out. So
Yeah. It's summertime.
summertime.
How was your week?
That was all right. It's been all right. I mean,
Seen you for a lot of it. But
yeah. Last weekend, you just summarized my whole weekend last weekend. But on Sunday, when we got the boat back in, the propeller on it just completely fell off.
Oh yeah.
Like I've never even heard of this happening. Never seen it happen. And of course, like it was right at the end of the day. So as we're pulling in the dock, we made it all the way across the lake up to the dock. And, you come in, and as I'm coming in, I try to put it in reverse to slow it down, just to stop right there beside the dock. And it wasn't going in reverse. And so then we almost like ran right into the shoreline where there's a whole bunch of fucking rocks and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And, but luckily we were able to grab onto a pole and stop it. And so then I was sitting there fucking with the little gear shifter. Cause at first I thought it was like a linkage came undone.
That's what I thought. When you told me immediately, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
I was like, it's your link.
It's a little more
popped
common.
off. It's no biggie.
And so I could hear, like, I could feel it, like, going into gear and shit, and it just wasn't doing anything. I'm like, so I thought then, like, maybe I got some gear stripped out in the lower unit or some bullshit like that. I never even picked the motor up to even look. right? I'm just like, you know what? If I start now, I won't stop. I want to go home and eat because we had some steaks for Father's Day. Like we had some big old fucking ribeyes in the fridge, and that's why we were leaving. Like, let's go home, let's geek out on these fucking steaks, and then just chillax for the next couple hours before I got to get up and go to work and stuff. You know.
Right.
So I was like, I don't want to fucking tear into this.
Yeah.
Don't want to do it. So I didn't even look. But then we came back out Monday, and popped in, talked to you. Me and you went down, looked at it, pulled the motor up, and it's like, oh, yep, there's no prop there. And I was whenever I was talking to, because I started texting you about it, and I was like, it's almost acting like there's no propeller. And you're like, that's probably just linkage. I'm like, yeah, but I kind of felt it like click in and shit. So I don't know, maybe it's working back to the motor, and there's another linkage part in there that's I feel the clunking, I feel the response from it. It's just somewhere else in there. But yeah, sure shit, pull it up. I got no propeller. Got no props, bro.
Just bought the boat and prop just falls right off. It's probably right there by the docks. We'll be able to
Well,
find
it's got to be because I made it there.
Yeah.
And probably as soon as because it goes on, slides on these splines. So probably as soon as I stopped it, and the flow of the water against it just went whoop, just plopped it off.
Mm-hmm. As soon as you probably hit that reverse, it probably just spun it right off. And like, oh, now you got nothing to really do.
Nothing. But yeah, then lucky enough, we went through, and it's not even like you keep a bunch of shit laying around or anything.
No, I just changed my lower unit, so a guy just sent me one.
Yeah.
So I had an extra prop and all the extra parts that you needed. Just luckily, I don't know. I was about ready to throw the prop away.
Right.
Luckily, it's sitting right by my trash. Like it was sitting there. Right. I'm like, this prop might work. I think it'll fit. And luckily it didn't.
Yeah, we got it fixed that day, and it only took us like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Even your neighbor had a cotter pin that we could slide in there because there's a little castle nut on there. You got to put the pin in to keep the nut from turning off. So what had to been. What happened was the cotter pin originally came off because everything then I've been reading since it's like make sure you use stainless steel, obviously, because you don't want it rusting and corroding away in the water. So I'm guessing maybe it just didn't have a stainless steel one, or it's just been so long that just that cotter pin finally gave up. Castle nut slipped off, and there goes my prop.
Yeah, or somebody put a new prop on it and didn't bend the pin right, or something. Just left it straight. Right. It was kind of hard for you to get in there. It's a little.
And it's I don't think it's a new prop too, because I do remember the one day we were out there and Brady was anytime anybody gets a new boat, everybody's got to look over and be like, oh yeah, man, that looks good, or yeah, because Brady was even like, oh, your prop's even in good condition, man. He's like, when I got mine's all chewed up. He's like, but I used it for like 3 years before I finally got another one. He's like, but yeah, mine was all chewed up. That one's there's not even any dings on it. It looks like in good shape. So we were looking at it, I didn't even think to look like, and that cotter pin looks good too.
Let me get down on that cotter pin. Let me check that's good. Get the fine details.
But sure as shit now, every time I pull up that motor, that's what I look like. Hit cotter pin's still there.
Once something happens, then you're like in your head, like, all right, gonna make sure this doesn't happen again.
Yeah. The only thing I don't know, because a lot of different things I was reading, certain props or certain motors, they want you to torque the shit out of that castle nut on there and then get the pin through. They're just like, no, just make sure it's good and snug, and then that hole lines up. And really, all I did was make sure it was kind of snug. I did get a new prop, so I'm going to redo all this. But I want to make sure I just did it hand tight and put the pin through. And I got no space in there, no slop. It's not rattling around or wobbling around. But that's the one thing I can't figure out right now. It's like, well, how tight do I torque that bolt? And it shouldn't matter too much because, like you said, you got a pin holding it in place.
Right.
But still, I don't want to do it wrong and lose another fucking prop.
That's so funny. I've never heard of that ever. It's like, oh,
yeah,
no
and
problem.
then just dumb fucking luck that you just happen to be like, oh yeah, I haven't got rid of this shit yet. Like I just replaced all these parts and I haven't got rid of it yet. So here's my old parts.
Yeah, I've heard of like other things like motors falling off of boats and things like that, but just a prop just, I don't know, it's just gone.
Yeah. But yeah, then we got that fixed. She's running good now. Like I said, I got a new one. I just haven't had a chance to make it out there and put it on. Then I was supposed to go to Amarillo, Texas this week. That trip got canceled.
Okay.
So no Texas for me.
No Texas.
And then just a pretty standard weekend. We had a little pool party at the Dover pool last night for my one niece.
Oh, okay.
The boys, they passed their swim test that they had to do to go over go off the diving board. So they were fucking chilling on a diving board all day.
They probably love that.
Yeah. They were having a blast with that. So I was trying to, give them little pointers on like make sure you step and then jump with both feet and you get more air because they were just kind of like running off. It's going, no, it's springy, Like you can run off of anything and have fun, but it's springy, so you gotta like lunge off of it with a big old bounce, you know.
Speaking of diving board, I saw some people I know. They have a super nice boat, but on the back of it, he had this thing. I was like, "What is that?" He's like, "Oh, it's a diving board." So on the back of his pontoon, he has like this diving board you can pick up or lower or whatever. It's just like a small one, like
Yeah.
I don't know, 4 feet long. Just had it on the back, but it looked really fancy. I'm like,
Yeah.
it probably costs a lot of money, but
Right. Or maybe it's a plank and they fucking make people walk the plank when they don't like them. Get the fuck off.
He's like, "Oh, the grandkids love it." So I was like, okay.
Poke them with a sword.
I
and
like
shit.
that idea better. Yeah.
Yeah. I want a plank for my boat now.
Walk the plank.
Get the fuck off of here.
But they can swim to shore pretty easy. So.
Yeah. But still, it's the ritual of it.
Yeah.
You know? It's the whole ritual of it. I would actually come to think of it, like why a plank? Why did they You know, I get it. Like, hey, we don't like you anymore. We're fucking throwing you out to sea. Why you had to get a plank into this? And like, well, you know what? You're off the boat, but we'll give you like 5 or 6 more feet to think about what you did before you jump in or some shit. Like, just throw them over.
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming the planks were there, so when they docked, they put the planks down and they could walk to the dock, right? But
yeah.
like, why were they like, okay, we're gonna push it out? It's gonna be straight because you wouldn't think it'd ever be straight out. It would be like always down.
Yeah, if they're at a dock.
But
like maybe it's like a whole ritual thing. Then they're like, I get everybody involved and all amped up for killing somebody. You know,
give them that last few seconds, like jump in the water.
Yeah,
see ya.
Tug your dick
luck.
real quick. Turn around, flip them off. Pew, 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 fuck you. Or something. I don't know.
Just kind of like the last little like, we're just gonna drop you in the ocean. So I think most of the time they probably were just like, just we're in the middle of the ocean. You're not gonna survive. See ya.
Yeah.
And then you're just stuck out floating in the middle of the ocean, like, all right, wait for some sharks to eat me or I'm gonna drown or whatever.
And then one day somebody just wanted to have a little more theatrics about it. You know what? The last guy we threw off, it just was dull. It wasn't exciting. We threw him off. Everybody was like, "Yeah, fuck that guy," and then and that was it. So let's bind their hands and their feet and make them shuffle out this plank while we're pushing them with a sword, and then everybody gets riled up. It's more theatrics about it,
Maybe the first guy, they like just threw him off the side, didn't tie him up or anything, and he like grabbed the back of the boat and climbed back on it. Like, I'm back. And they're like, wait a minute, we did this wrong. Well, let's rethink this.
We got to get a plank so that they're further away from the boat, and then we take off. That way they can't come swim back and grab on. That's probably what you got to get a little distance.
Even that guy, we tied his hands and feet. He just came back and just
he
with his teeth.
He dolphin kicked over, grabbed the rope with his teeth, and then we had to listen to him for the last fucking half hour.
Who knows? We should write some pirate books about this.
Right? Yeah, I want to know the full story on
deep
where the plank originated.
Into planking.
I'm sure if I Google search where did plank originate, it's going to tell me that cool internet fad of planking.
Yeah, I'm sure. Where did pirate planking originate from?
Let's see.
Because they are the true originators of the plank, right?
Right. Walk the plank. Let's listen to me type things.
Yeah, it's just... yeah, I mean, I never thought about that. Like, why?
Yeah.
Why not just throw them off? Or stab them and throw them off? There's got to be a certain pirate that did it, I'm guessing.
It said it became popular in 1800s when authors began to use it in literature.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, it even says here pirates rarely made people walk the plank.
Yeah, I feel like that's more...
It's for the theatrics.
For theatrics.
Yeah. It's more exciting in a book to like, oh, this guy pissed them off, so they threw him off the boat. So you can have a whole chapter about a guy, fill in, I need so many words for this essay. Instead of them throwing him off the boat, let's make it more exciting.
Yeah. Frank spilled a whole barrel of rum, and they're like, hey, Frank, I'm going to stab you, but instead walk out this plank. Damn it, Frank. So I got the sniffles right now, too.
Yeah.
Sickness and broken ribs. Fun.
Yeah. Sniff and cough and all that shit.
Oh, God.
This is episode 69. Woo! Nice. Yeah. Nice. So that's cool, man. There's maybe we should have had like the sex talk special or something,
Yes, that's 1-on-1 with Steve and Cody.
This one's about putting your faces in places.
Oh, jeez.
I at one point was working on, I forget the words. I had lyrics written out, at least for a chorus of a song that I was going to call Faces and Places.
Faces and Places.
And it was all about the art of 69ing. And I even had to wonder, like, who's the 6 and who's the 9? Because, like, I figure, like, there's something about, like, you and me and a bottle of wine, you be the 6 and I'll be the 9 or something. I was like, wait, who's the 6 and who's the 9? Is the guy 6, girl 9? Like, because I didn't want to be like, you be the 6 and I'll be the 9. Like, obviously, the girl's always the 9. Because I had to do my research before I could put it into song.
So why don't we just call it yin and yang? They're two like equal pieces. Then.
Why don't we just call it blowing each other?
Having intercourse.
Everybody gets mouth sexed right now. But so the one funny response that I got was, well, it's the men's always 6 because men come first. So.
Got him.
Zing.
Got him.
Yeah, it was going to be called Faces and Places.
Faces and Places. Okay.
Because it rhymes, and then it's, that's what you're doing. You're putting your faces in your places.
Yeah.
So.
It could be any place, though.
Yeah, but the point was when you listen to the rest of the song, you know exactly what places you're putting in. Yeah. And then it's, it's kind of there too. It's got to be all inclusive to whether, there's 2 peenies or 2 ginies involved.
Right.
You can't be like, oh, one face in a vagina and one face in a penis. Cause other people of different sexual orientations like to 69 too. I mean, I don't see why you wouldn't just because you're gay.
A question. What do you call 3 people? Is that just a circle?
A 696?
I don't know. It's like a 697.
Yeah, and I feel like that would be weird. I feel like probably easier for women to achieve.
Sure.
Than putting a guy in there because there's that right angle of the penis might throw. Because I feel like if you're doing a triangle, you're going to be at like 30-degree angles instead of.
Triangle could work.
It could
if the guy's on the platform.
Yeah.
Well, welcome to this episode.
Yeah.
We're going to get real weird with it.
I'm going to talk about 69. Because it's episode 69. It works, though. I mean, it
works. It does.
Yeah. What else would you expect from us right now?
Classy.
And it's a damn good time whenever you do that.
Yeah.
And we're all about a damn good time.
I don't think anybody ever complains about that.
No.
Unless you got the wrong person and you didn't mean to, but
yeah, I don't think I've ever heard.
I don't know how you slip into that situation.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard of anybody be like, "No, man, I got 69 last night. It fucking sucked."
Even if it was terrible, you're still gonna be like, "Yeah, no, I did that.
Fucking sucked. Yeah, that's stupid. Worst day of my life." I've never heard that sentence. In fact, me saying it right there, ironically, is probably the first time it's ever been spoken.
I'm sure there's probably been a bad experience just because you got a lot going on. There could be somebody on top of you. There could be
somebody forgot to shower.
They're showering, or maybe maybe some slippage of some gases or some other body fluid.
You got that one person that just they don't know what to do with their teeth, so that then that gets all bad for you.
But that's not normally an opening move for people. Like, hey, we're just on our first date.
Nice to meet you.
Hey, you know what? Let's skip all the normal foreplay. Let's just go for it.
Yeah. Let's go right into 69.
We're really going to know each other.
Yeah. I don't know.
Maybe I should have been opening with that my whole life. I don't know.
I cannot think of any romantic encounter that I've ever had where it started with that. You're right.
No. Never.
No.
It builds to that. That's one of those things you build to.
I feel like that. Yeah, that's more of a depending on whenever your benchmark for having sexual encounters on dates. But I'd say at least 3 to 4 into sexual encounters. I wouldn't say third date, because maybe you don't put out till the 5th date. I don't know.
Right.
But I'd say 3rd or 4th time putting out. That's when it seems like it's when a little more normal to explore a lot more of the foreplay stuff.
Okay, I can tell we both enjoying doing these things. Let's just do it at the same time.
Remember on the first date when you went down on me? That was cool. And then second date, I went down on you and that was cool. Well, now third date, what if we did it at the same time?
Yeah.
Why not?
It's more efficient.
Yeah, we both do it. And then we're only looking at like 15 minutes, instead of like 15 for me, then 15 to you, and it's a whole half hour.
Yeah.
We both
Efficiency.
multitask.
Time efficiency is the key.
Yes, because that's if anything, sex should definitely be about efficiency.
And in that case, is episode 69. We're done.
Yes, and we are done. See you later.
And it awkwardly like that. Just click. It'd be kind of fun if we did. It's just like boom. That was the end of the episode. And everyone's
Yep.
like, "What?
And
That just happened? You guys just skip a week, come back. They're like 20 minutes out. They guess it's cool."
and they ended up talking about efficiency in the 69.
If you're watching this on video, we do have some new bar stools we're sitting on, which are quite comfy, actually.
It puts us up a couple inches taller. So if you're looking like, man, these guys really grew up over the last couple weeks, and nope, it's new bar stools.
Steve just keeps getting smaller, though. Look at that.
Yeah.
How many
Losing some
pounds
weight.
you down now?
I'm down at 237 last time I weighed myself. Yeah. From like 260. So 30 pounds total right now.
Woo! That's
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah.
Looking good.
Thanks, man.
I think we might have said that last time, but
Yeah, we'll
it's-
talk
it's
about it
really,
again.
It's been 2 weeks.
Oh,
and,
no. Compliment me some more. I don't know. Maybe we shouldn't do that.
But yeah, no, you're looking good. So.
Thanks. Still gonna drop some more. I still got a lot of fat here to get rid of, and it's kind of funny because it's one of those things I feel like in the early episodes I was like, yeah, now that we're on camera, we got to like look buff and shit, and like I'm gonna lose, and then I never did. And I finally got back into it.
You just gained more weight.
Yeah, I did gain more. It's one of those things where it's getting into it. I've always been good at starting, right? Get started. I'm going to start the workout plan. Next week, I'll start diet plan. And then like after I get those two started, and then after about being real good for like 3 to 4 weeks, it's like, I've been good for 3 to 4 weeks. I don't need to work out today. And then I'm going to eat all these carbs and shit. And then you just fall right back off. But like now that I'm deep into it, I've been doing pretty good for about 3 months now. Now it's like, it's just second nature. I don't even think about it. It's like, whereas before you have the carb cravings, you get the laziness and shit. Whereas now it's just like, it's more of a habit now, and it's so much easier. And then I just need to get to that point where I never break this habit again.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, like just for example, like I don't do the workout part, obviously, but I do a lot of the keto part to burn a few pounds here and there. Keep my weight maintained. This beautiful figure here.
Yes, it's stunning.
But when something happens, like I'll take this injury for example, and I'm like laid up on the couch, and Steph's got to cook for me, and I do most of the cooking. She does some of the cooking in the house, but I do most of the cooking. And she's like, "What do you want?" I'm like, "Whatever's easy for you. I really don't care right now. I'm in so much pain." Like butter noodles. I don't give a crap. Yeah. Like,
give me and add bread.
Yeah. She loves butter noodles.
Yeah,
there's nothing wrong with butter noodles. I'll put a little garlic powder on them.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Beautiful.
Fuck yeah.
So that's what she made me. And I'm just like, we had salmon in the fridge. We had tuna in the fridge.
Yeah.
We had like all these different things. And I'm like, I really don't want any of that right now because it's just too much thought in my head right now. Just like,
right.
Make some noodles, put some butter on them. Throw the salmon and the tuna in the freezer.
Yeah,
I'll
boil the water, give it 10 minutes, and then we're good. Don't stress yourself out.
And she's dealing with both babies, so like she doesn't have time to sit there and like try to prepare a meal.
Right.
Because I can't even like at that point in time, I couldn't even pick up a baby because it would just murder my whole side. Now I'm good, but it's like
yeah. They never called mine broken, but they said they were cracked. I don't know what the fuck the difference is. But I had 2 cracked ribs from falling down a spiral staircase, and that fucking sucked. So I know the pain you're going through, man. Like it's not fun.
Like I said, I can deal with this. It was that muscle spasm, man. That was the craziest thing.
Yeah, luckily I never got that.
Like this, and it would go all the way up here to right here, but right here it would just hit like you get a cramp in your leg that you can't get rid of, and it's like you can barely even use your leg. It was like that, but in your back, and it's like, and it's like,
and then it's probably ripping on them ribs.
And then it's ripping on the ribs too. It's like pulling all that cartilage through your ribs. So it's just like, I'm just like, so me to try to even sit up, it took like everything in my willpower to sit up.
Yeah.
On a couch that I'm already kind of half sitting to like pull myself off out the couch.
Yeah.
It literally, I had to go the pain doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Right.
It doesn't matter. I had to sit there for like 15 minutes. I'm like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Blah, and just rip myself through it. And then once I got to that state in my mind, I could do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You just got to psych yourself up.
I had to psych myself up to be like, this is going to hurt like hell, but only for a couple seconds.
Right.
And then you'll be okay.
Right.
And then I'd still stand up and it still hurt, but it wasn't as bad as that.
But you were able to push
initially,
through.
Yeah, I could push through the pain. And I mean, I can't imagine like, you know, talk like MMA fighters and stuff like that. They get punched in the ribs all the time.
Mm-hmm.
They've definitely fractured their ribs. Probably those things are probably just all just a mess of cartilage and like hardened bone and weird things in there. Like the pain they deal with after a fight, and I know they take like 3 months off before a next fight or whatever.
Right.
But, they probably deal with it all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. I do remember. I can't remember if he broke it or bruised it, but I remember going to state wrestling. I didn't go as a competitor because I sucked, but Eric Lee got to go. I think that was when I was a senior, and he was able to, you know, the school funded the trip down, but he was able to pick a friend, you know, somebody on the wrestling team to go with him, and he picked me. So I was like, all right, cool, man. Yeah, I'll come down with you. And in the first match, he fucked his ribs up and then still had to go wrestle like 3 more. And I think whenever he got done, he ended up going to the doctor, and they're like, yeah, you got a broken rib. So just sitting there like, oh, fuck, dude. Like 3 more matches of somebody just grabbing you and like twisting around and just beating the shit out of that rib would suck so bad.
Well, the first night I did, obviously, I was a little inebriated.
Yeah, you were numb.
Yeah. So it wasn't too bad. I knew I was hurt. But the next day, Sunday, I could feel it. It was just like it's bruised, you know? It wasn't like it was bad. I was like, it's just bruised. It's fine. And I could still get around fine. I could still pick stuff up. Nothing. It's like I am now.
Yeah.
And then when I went to the ER and talked to the doctor, she's like, well, your body kind of, it's weird how your cartilage works in between your ribs.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of, she's like, it can last, for some people, it can last a day. It can last 3 days. It doesn't, I don't know what it is. She's like, but you kind of get like an adrenaline shock to that area.
Yeah.
Your body sends out like a shock to that area that makes it so it's not so bad. So you can kind of fight or flight situation.
Right.
You can survive for a little bit, and then it's going to say, hey, guess what? This is over.
Yeah.
We need to start repairing. And then it goes into full like shock mode.
Right.
So I thought that was kind of crazy, but she's like, yeah, she's like, I've seen it a bunch of times. She's like, now that muscle, it's mad at you.
Yeah. Now it hates you, and you're fucked.
She pulled my shirt up and looked, and I got a big bruise here.
Yeah.
But she looked at that. She could see that. She could see the muscles. She's like, I could see it just flexing back there. Just like it's just. She's like, it hates you right now. Like, yeah.
And that's when you're like, of course you see my fucking muscles because they're so huge.
Oh god, that hurt.
You're over there flexing and hurting yourself.
Yeah.
So yeah, other topics to talk about. I got a few fun things.
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
Looks
I
like
coughed right before we started. It hurt.
Cody's still in pain. Before the week we took off, I did travel down to Orlando, Jacksonville, Atlanta, and all the down south.
Down in crazy Florida.
And you know, we've talked about it before. All these fucking, you know, chicken tender joints popping up everywhere.
Yeah.
One of them that we don't have here that I've heard is all the rage was Zaxby's. Have you ever had Zaxby's?
Can't say I have.
You're not missing anything.
I mean, I'm going to see chicken tender joint and go, no.
Yeah.
Unless I'm really wanting just some chicken tenders.
Right.
And to me, I'll be like, where's the fried chicken joint?
Right.
Yeah. Okay, chicken tenders, whatever. It's just breaded breast fillets.
Yeah, because I'd rather have, you know, some thighs, some fattier chicken, you know, and I want it, skin on.
Skin on, that's where the best flavor is.
Right.
I mean, now, if you make some chicken tenders with some skin on, we might be talking. But
Yeah.
maybe you even have to like wrap skin around the breast meat.
Yeah.
Oh shit! $1 million idea.
There we go.
Boom. Stody's coming to you soon. Stody's chicken tenders.
Stody's skin on chicken tenders.
Wow. All right. Well, nobody steal that idea.
Yeah. But yeah, so I tried it because I heard it's like all the rage, and it tastes just like all the other fucking chicken tender joints and shit. Their sauce is a little different, but they just add like a lot more Old Bay kind of flavoring in it.
Yeah.
So, but it was good, not great. Like it wasn't anything like. I think the allure of that one is that you can't get it here.
Right.
Can't get it here. So when you can, you get it. And no, it's not.
There's so much stuff like that. I can always remember, like, going back like Yingling beer.
Yeah, Yingling was all the rage.
Everybody's like, "Oh, Yingling's the best. Yingling's the best. Yingling's the best." All those people that always preach that, I don't see one of them drinking
Nobody-
a Yingling when I see them out.
Nobody's
anymore.
drinking Yingling anymore. Yeah,
As soon as it moved into Ohio, because you could only get it in,
in Pennsylvania was the
or
farthest
wherever,
west that
yeah.
would go. Yeah,
and then they moved it in Ohio, and like it went crazy for a little bit. Obviously, like it was, oh my god, Yingling, 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 and then all of a sudden it's just like gone.
yeah.
No, I mean, I'm sure there's still people that drink in Ohio.
I
But
can't remember the last time I've seen somebody drinking a Yingling.
yeah, no.
I know we've had it on the cast before where we had like their chocolate beers or like a black and tan. I think we did once, but like, yeah, I mean, it's not that cool of a thing anymore because
Yeah, I don't think anybody actually cares. I don't think it's that good. That's why. It's not bad beer. I'm not saying that, but it's not like
right,
it's not a.
it's not as rage.
It's not a Budweiser, Bud Light.
Yeah.
It's not a Coors Light. It's not your Mick Ultras. It's nothing like that.
Well, I did see they make their light beer now too. They're
in Flight,
it's their carb conscious one or whatever. I haven't tried it.
which is in like the same skinny tall boy cans,
Yeah,
which everything is nowadays. It seems like, but
yeah,
all the seltzers and all that. Like it's like, oh, skinny tall boy can. It's a skinny can like me. I'm gonna be skinny after drinking this.
yeah.
No, you're still just drinking useless carbs.
You're
but-
still slamming. You're gonna slam 15 of those instead of 12. You know,
Exactly. Yeah.
because they have less alcohol in them, so you're just gonna drink more.
Yep. Speaking
But-
of which.
And also, speaking of alcohol, a public service announcement. We found out recently through a friend of ours. Not going to name who they are, because we're going to keep their shit private to them.
Yep.
But they're in a little trouble with the law, like myself. And even though I haven't gotten popped for any kind of drug testing or anything through my probation, I'm glad that I'm taking this seriously and staying sober, because apparently now they can find alcohol in your urine for up to 80 hours after your last drink.
Yeah. Yep.
And this person found out the hard way. Luckily, their officer was lenient on him. You know, their probation person was lenient on him. Was like, this one doesn't count. But now that you know, now I'm just gonna, you got to call in and we can randomize you any fucking time.
And I'm kind of curious if because they didn't put that in a disclaimer to him is kind of why they were like gave him a one by, like, oh, now you know.
Yeah, but
Because he said he went back to his documents and he didn't see anywhere where it says it tests for alcohol in that. But then again, you're doing a test, so it
Right.
doesn't matter.
and then again, you're not supposed to be drinking.
Yeah.
They were pretty. I know they're pretty straightforward about that. Like, you're not allowed to have alcohol, and obviously you're not allowed to have drugs anyway.
Yeah.
But they let you know, like, yeah, the legal one that you can do normally is you can't do it now.
Yeah, and I had no idea about that either.
Yeah.
He told me, and I'm like, whoa, that's scary. Okay.
So now I'm like, hey, chip on my shoulder. Good for me for
For not doing
for
it,
taking
yeah.
this seriously, and because if I get hit, that would fucking suck.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So if you get in trouble with the law,
Yeah. If you're on probation and they tell you don't drink, they can test you for it.
don't drink the day before you go in for a P test.
Yeah, right.
2 days, 3 days.
80 hours, yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, just play it safe and don't drink. You know?
Yeah, we can do that, I guess.
It's I was talking to somebody the other night too. It's like, I don't know. It's like any habit. Now that I haven't been drinking, I don't even really think about it. Or
Yeah,
the biggest thing for me is still like that social aspect. I feel like I always have to, like, I don't normally sit around with a cup of water like this and sip on water. But if you're watching and you notice, I'm constantly picking up that glass and drinking water just because I feel like I have to do. It's like, what do I do with my hands?
yeah. What do I do?
What do I do with my hands? It's not a I need to be fucked up right now. It's I feel like I have to do something. It's more of like I don't know, maybe it's a social anxiety, like a little anxiety thing where
Sure,
it's like
a little bit
you
of a
gotta
tick.
stay occupied. Yeah, like a tick. So, but yeah, I haven't gotten. Since I've been doing this, I haven't got to that point where it's like, man, I have to get drunk.
Yeah.
It's not more about the drinking. It's more about the what do I do?
What do I do?
What do I do now? But
Dance? Dance.
I guess I just wiggle a bit. I just sit here and dance the whole time, and I don't know.
It makes you feel better, you know?
Yeah. So I'm glad I've been taking that seriously. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And I don't know because his charge was different. I don't know if there's a different test or if anything like that is different. But
Yeah.
it's I would like to know. I suppose. But
Yeah,
hopefully I never have to figure it out.
Yeah, I have a feeling it's part of their standard panel drug test.
Probably is now. Yeah.
I'm sure whenever I finally do get tested, which they haven't done anything for me yet, but I'm sure when that happens, they'll be testing that on mine too. It's not. I don't think it really. I don't know why he got hit earlier than I have.
Right.
That's the other thing is like, why is he getting tested and I'm not?
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm not gonna argue with it. Still, don't test me. But you're not gonna find anything.
Right. I'd rather not take my time to do that. But yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep. What other topics do I have here? This one's a little late to the party.
Mm-hmm.
But because we took that week off. But one really funny thing, and I don't care what team you support when it comes to politics, but it was hilarious that Joe Biden fell off of his bicycle.
I did see that.
And now I've seen it on the internet now that I'm late to the party on this one, but I figured out why he fell. It was because of his tires and all the inflation.
Got him. Got him.
But that one might not be as funny because, like I said, I've seen it on the internet a lot before. But I thought that was pretty good.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
The inflation.
And this is a funny video because there's no reason why he fell. He just stops and it's like, I'm gonna go for that now. I'm gonna take a nap.
And then, of course, because the internet's an amazing place, I already saw a video where it's from Napoleon Dynamite, Uncle Rico and Kip sitting on a porch, and then Uncle Rico just grabs that steak off of Kip's plate and throws it, hits Napoleon in the face, and so of course they start with that scene, and then he throws it, and it cuts to Biden falling off the bike, and that steak comes in, and hits him right in the face. Like I think that's one of the funniest ones I've seen so far. But yeah, so that was hilarious. I don't care who you support, you gotta laugh at shit like that.
Yeah,
It's funny. So
yeah, no reason he fell. So yeah, it's hilarious.
But it was, and I don't know why he had his feet strapped in. And you could see it. Well, we weren't. I don't think there were the straps. I don't know. I've never put straps on any
slide
pedals.
Your feet in or whatever.
Yeah, you slide your feet in them, and you see he got his left foot out and planted, and then he went to take his right foot out and push, and then push the weight over onto the right foot and plant with that one. But his right foot got stuck in that little thing, and then just bleep, just went over. And that's the other thing. How old is this fucking dude? Like 80-something?
Yeah.
And I get it. Like, it's harder to get older and still not want to be your spry, youthful self. But I'm starting to learn that there's things that I just shouldn't do anymore.
Yeah.
I feel like when I'm 80, like maybe I shouldn't get on a bike. Or if I do, give me one of those 3-wheel motherfuckers. Don't make me work for it.
Yeah, I mean...
Like even we went to that pool party the other day, and it was at Dover Pool. They got a diving board, and I jumped off the diving board, and that first jump, my knee felt super fucking weak. And I'm like, okay, I'm just not going to do that anymore. I'm just done. Just not going to do it.
I just had to Google and look up what the age requirement was to be president. I couldn't remember. I knew it was something. It's 35.
Yeah.
I don't think we've ever seen a president 35 years old.
Was JFK was the youngest one, right? I think he was. At his time he was, but I don't think we've had a younger one since. But yeah, you have to be at least 35. You have to be a citizen of the United States.
JFK was inaugurated at the age 43.
Yeah, 43. Why the fuck are we still putting these old fucks in office?
And
Once again,
Biden's 78.
Once again, I don't care what fucking team you're on, but why are we picking on any team these old fucks to do this shit?
Oh, God, 78 years old. Like, you should either be. The age requirement should be 35.
Yeah.
I like that's a good age. I like that.
Yeah.
That is probably good. I don't want a 21-year-old being
right.
35 is good. You experience some life.
Mm-hmm.
You know what's up. 35, and let's have a cutoff at, I don't know, 58.
Right.
55.
Well, I mean,
somewhere in that gap.
There's a certain age point when you actually start really having to like take more tests or renew your driver's license more just to make sure you still have that cognitive response and shit. So whatever age that is, maybe make that the cutoff. Like, well, we get harder on people to drive a car. Maybe we should get harder on them to run a fucking country, But yeah, why do we keep putting all these old fucks? Let's get some.
What's the senior citizen official age now?
I don't know.
Let me Google that real quick.
but I know I'm pretty sure all of our presidents are fucking
62.
there. Yeah, all our
So-
presidents are senior citizens.
Here's your cutoff. 35. You're going to serve 4 years in office, maybe 8. So 4 years in office. So we'll say 58. 35 to 58, because that way when you leave, you're a senior citizen, go retire.
Yeah. Right.
None of us are retiring at 62, but
Still.
like, why do we have somebody that's 20 years past senior
if you get
citizenship?
if you can officially get your 10% discount at Denny's, you shouldn't be running a fucking country. You know,
True. Or
pay full price for your eggs.
Or I'm not just talking president, or be anywhere in the political offices.
Yeah.
Get out.
Yeah, yeah, you shouldn't be running anything.
Yeah. 70's a cap for like a.
Go be the president of your goddamn homeowners association, or be the president of your fucking retirement community. That's, go lead that.
Yeah.
Get out of here, you geriatric fuck.
How old was Trump?
Trump's old as shit too. He's a senior citizen.
Is he?
Yeah, he's like 70 something.
Too, yeah. Why we got a bunch of 70-year-olds?
That's it. Yeah, like they're all fucking old as balls, dude.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Right.
I feel like somebody in their 50s would be perfect. Like, they've done life. They understand the current culture situation. They understand more. I think in your 50s, you're perfect. Like 40s to 50s would be like my ideal candidate age.
Right.
I'm just gonna start voting by age, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's like, this guy will get me more than that guy,
Oh, there'll probably be some psychopath.
Yeah.
He'll never win.
Right. Right. Yeah. Like, and I know we're not very political, but I've been thinking even anymore. It's like, why do I even vote? Like, none of them care about me.
No.
No matter what fucking side of the aisle you're on, you're losing.
Yeah. I mean,
Is anymore, it's, well, we'll mention it. Roe v. Wade was overturned, all this bullshit, what the fuck ever. But like now on Facebook, it's like whether your team won or lost, everybody's talking about it. If your team lost, you're sitting there boohooing about it. If your team won, you're doing your victory lap. It's like none of this fucking really matters that much, because those people don't give a shit about you.
yeah.
So just stop fucking sucking their dicks and stop.
And then there's gonna be certain states that do it, and there's certain states that don't. It's just,
Right.
And then people are gonna. It's just it's ridiculous. I don't even know why it's a thing, but
Right.
And why now? Why now with everything going on, inflation this high? It's like, let's distract all the idiots by doing
Yeah,
this,
let's
because
distract
now everybody's gonna worry about that, and they're not gonna care that prices are sky high and gas
Right.
is sky high, and we're all just getting raped from behind. So
Well, I think if you look at it, everybody kind of collectively together was sitting there thinking like, "Hey, man, this sucks." We all agreed together as a team like, this is starting to suck.
Mm-hmm.
The prices are high, inflation, blah blah blah. Whatever fucking president you were or team you were blaming for it, we were all agreeing that this sucks. They're like, we don't need them agreeing on something. We need them to fight. Fucking abortion.
slap them with it.
Let's get them to fight over abortion. Let's get them to fight over guns. Those hot button topics where everybody fights no matter the fuck what. Let's get them fighting, because they're all collectively saying this sucks. So
Yeah.
we need them at their throats, not ours. So that's really all that fucking
Keep
was.
rolling. Keep that social media rolling.
Yeah.
Don't come at us.
Come at me, bro.
Or I guess come at Steve. I got broken ribs right now. Don't come at me, please.
Well, and you're going to come at me and be like, hey, yeah, you're not really an ass face. Like,
Or let me know ahead of time so I can take a muscle relaxer, and then it's on.
yeah.
I'll be napping.
Because the only team I'm fighting for is Team Me. I don't give a fuck. Republican,
Yeah.
Democrat, Green Party, whatever the fuck else.
Yeah, I know. It's all a jumble of bullshit.
You will never, unless there's some weird fucking candidate out of nowhere in the future that's actually a normal fucking person. Not just some fucking corporate shill trying to make money for them and their buddies. And whenever there's a real person, that's when there'll be a sign in my yard. So you'll never see a sign in my yard showing who I fucking support, because I don't support any of them.
Yeah, it's just always a hurricane. Is bullshit. Shit hawks.
I should have voted for Kanye.
Kanye for president. Jesus. It's the movie Idiocracy come to
Yeah.
life.
Yeah. All right, moving on.
Moving on. Let's go Paul. We just dabbled in politics, and we said
Yeah.
we'd never do that.
Dipped our toes. Well, we dipped our toes into it.
Yeah, we tipped our toes.
So we'll dip our toes
We
in
still
that.
love all you guys. Don't worry about any of that bullshit.
Yeah.
You know how we stand.
Yes. But so I saw this news story about a woman that got kicked off of a flight.
Okay.
She was claiming it was because she was too scantily clad dressed. But then they were saying, like, no, she was heavily intoxicated and made unruly and shit. But the fun part about it is she's one of those people that are, like, obsessed with the plastic surgery.
Yeah.
And she had 24-pound boobs.
Jeez.
Like, just these giant boobs and, of course, the big fish lips and shit. And it was funny. But it made me, of course, I want her on my flight and I want to sit beside her.
Right.
Not anything sexual. If we go down, I want to be able to have a flotation device.
Hang on to that.
Just grab onto him, maybe even latch on. Just grab and like I'm alive. But I thought it was funny. If I remember during the editing process, I'll post a picture of her. But yeah, she was ridiculous.
Oh, I'm sure. I've seen a lot of them where it's like, what even like possesses and who finds that attractive? Like,
Some people do.
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that's her. Look at it.
Good Lord.
The big butt implants and shit. And then, of course, the big old fish lips. But that's how she was dressed. That's her at the airport after she got kicked off the flight. So technically, I mean,
Well, she's probably just screwed up in the head anyways, right?
yeah.
If you're going to do that to yourself,
Yeah.
and worry about your image that much, like
They
you're
call it body dysmorphia or some shit.
she's not going to be very intelligent or like even know what the hell she's doing half the time.
Right.
So she probably wasn't even drunk. She probably was like, blah, 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 like kind of screwed up. So, or she didn't have a drink on all the pain pills she's taking because that was probably murdering her back.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why she had to get the ass implant just to balance that out.
That's you need a little more
Weight-
counterbalance
weight
there.
balance.
Yeah. Yeah, this headline says that she was kicked off and it made her feel dehumanized, which I mean 90% of you isn't human at that point. It's all plastic.
Right. Yeah,
So
yeah.
you did it to yourself, dork.
The sad thing is it looks like without all that she'd be an attractive woman.
Yeah.
But she's now destroyed herself.
Yep. She's got a bunch of tattoos, which that's cool.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's, like you said, who really is attracted to that? That's to me, like I wouldn't be like, oh my god, there's my dream girl, but I'd still play with them, just see what it's like.
You just kind of want to see them because you want to see them. But
I
other than that,
I kind of want to feel how heavy they are.
It's like, is this real? Is these even real?
A nice heavy breast.
Well, obviously not real, but
Yeah. Like, and then how do you make more skin to wrap around those?
I kind of want to run by with like a bobby pin and be like, boop!
Pop it.
To see if it just.
Yeah.
It's gonna be constant maintenance and jeez.
Yeah, I feel like you probably got to go to a doctor every once in a while, get checked up.
Yeah.
And then I feel like too that would like stretch your skin and you get weird stretch marks and stuff.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
There's nothing comfortable about that situation. Like, I always think like zombie apocalypse. Yeah, I can't run very far, but I know I can like fight and hide and get a little climb some stuff and stuff. She's done.
Yeah.
She's done.
Yeah, imagine her running and it fucking getting hit in the face with a 22-pound tit. You're not going to make it very far.
At least maybe they start munching on that first. You can get away.
Oh, yeah, because it's not real. It's not a real part of you.
Tear it off.
Yeah, cut a tit out. Here you guys go.
Here's an ass man plant.
All right.
All right, Stranger Things.
Yes. And then one other news story that I saw was pretty cool is scientists have discovered that there are these little worms that have evolved into eating plastics.
Oh, cool.
I think they were in the ocean. I don't remember. I had a lot of these topics lined up like 2 weeks ago, and I forgot all about them already.
Plastic eating worms. I mean, that's good.
Yeah,
We
I
need
feel
some
like
of
that's
them.
good for us.
I'm afraid what they will then turn into.
Well, I do remember they did a study on them, and they took the same species of worm and put it in like a natural environment without plastic, and they could still like eat regular like plants and bacteria or whatever the fuck, and still be okay. But the plastic one they gave them only like plastic to eat, and they just thrived normally like the other ones did. So it's not like they did better or like changed or morphed or anything like that. But they can just digest it, so they were able to eat it and then still be normal like the other worms.
Okay.
So it doesn't seem like it's like, oh, when they eat the plastic,
Are they like a normal size worm? Or are they like a parasite? Are they like microscopic type worms? Like
I can't find that exact story.
what kind of worms we talking about here? Is what
This
I'm
one
saying.
says wax worms, and this is from 2017, so this isn't new. Plastic eating superworm. Oh man, now they're using the word superworm.
Superworm, man. I don't. Who's the weird guy in the lab? Like, I'm gonna put worms on plastic and he's gonna eat it eventually, or they're gonna die.
Right.
I'm gonna try various worms. One of these is gonna eat plastic, and I'm gonna make my name.
Oh, this is the one too, because it's polystyrene, the styrofoam shit,
Oh, okay. Yeah,
the stuff that
makes more
really
sense.
never breaks down.
Yeah.
So that's why this one's so important, or like the hot topic is because it's fucking styrofoam,
Yeah.
which is one of the things that they're like, yeah, that never breaks down. Like it's just there, or it never breaks down naturally and safely.
Gotcha. Yeah.
You know, you can destroy it with fire and chemicals, but it doesn't help.
Yeah.
You know, it just makes matters worse. But this worm can eat it, and yeah, put it in a fucking landfill. Help us out. Help us out, worms.
Magical worms. I don't think they'd survive in a landfill though.
Put enough styrofoam in there.
Well, there's plenty of styrofoam there, but there's also lots of other things and compression and heat underneath the ground that is crazy. So
Yeah.
I think if you go like, I don't know, 50 feet under a landfill, like working landfill, it's like 200 something degrees.
Yeah.
It's like insanely hot.
Because all the chemical reactions, everything, all the organisms breaking everything down, they create heat for energy, and yeah.
Yeah, I think we talked about that before, and it's like a lot of landfills will catch on fire under
Yeah.
there. Like there's like crazy shit that happens all the time.
But yeah, I thought that was cool. Like, there's hope for us in the old pollution crisis. These worms can eat plastic. and
Not
stuff.
we're all dead.
No, yeah, we're still fucked.
I think we're all right, but you know.
Yeah. I mean, we're all right. Or
Yeah.
future generations might not be, but
Yeah.
I'll be dead. Not my problem. That's what I say.
Yeah. I'll be decaying.
Yeah.
Helping you out.
I'll be a part of the problem.
Yeah.
Look at this fucking dead guy. He's just more waste that we got to deal with.
Get buried with those tree planters, whatever.
Yeah.
From a tree.
Yeah, that's how I'd want to go. I was thinking the other day about how graves are kind of a weird thing.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I get it. Like,
Would you rather be buried or would you rather just be cremated and ashes done?
yeah, just throw me in the trash, man.
Like just incinerate you and
Yeah, I have no thoughts on it at all.
spread my ashes on that would like
Yeah.
situation. You know?
Yeah, maybe something like that. I like the idea of like turning to compost and like something, make me a tree or something like that. I don't know how I feel about like, yeah, here's a stone that represents me and my kids can come cry at it or something,
Yeah, it's like a weird thing though with the tree. I'm like, wait, so your body is supposed to give it nutrition, but what do they do with your body? They just like mince it up and then mix it with
Probably.
fertilizer? Or is it like
I'm sure there's some sort of preparation they do to it
you
too.
slid in the bottom of it and then they just bury the tree and it's like, yes, these bodies out there underneath that tree.
They just put tree seeds in your stomach and it grows in your like when you when you eat the watermelon seeds and they grow watermelons in you. It's
Yeah.
just like that, but for real. Because you're dead, so your body can't fight them off.
Just poop the watermelons out.
Yeah.
That's how they get the honeydews.
Yes. But that's about all the fun topics I've come up with. I know it's been 2 weeks. You probably would have figured there'd be a lot more cool shit for us to
I
find.
feel
But
like we just hit a lot of good stuff right
We
there.
did.
So
yeah,
I don't think we gotta sweat it.
there's some sort of weird crackling going through my ears right
I
now.
heard that. I couldn't tell if it was your beard was hitting it or we just crackled.
We're breaking
Snap,
things.
crackle, popped a little bit.
That was probably just through our audio and probably not even the listeners are probably like, what the fuck are these guys talking about?
Yeah. All right. Yeah. No, I think we can enter there and say, Steve, did you have a damn good time? Buddy?
I did have a damn good time.
I
How
had a
about you,
damn good
Cody?
time too.
Yeah.
I hope it's pouring outside and we didn't miss another good boat.
Yeah, it's probably like, and I was saying, if we go, it's going to rain on us, but if we stay, it's not going to rain. And it's just, sometimes I get lazy and it's easier, like, just sit on the fucking couch. And I don't have to worry about rain at all.
Roll the dice. Yeah. Just chill out.
Make sure you guys tune in next week, where we will have another quality episode of A Damn Good Time for you.
Bum, bum, bum.
Actually, next week we'll be celebrating the old 4th of July.
America.
Where we talking about how independent we are.
Oh, we're so independent.
So fucking
independent.
And fuck the Brits.
Yes, episode 69 in the books.
Take your your tea and shove it up your ass. And in celebration of episode 69, make sure you guys put your faces in places with your partner for us.
Boom!
Tell them we sent you.
I did that.
Tell them we sent you. Just when you get down there and whisper, "This is for a damn good time." Really
You
set
didn't
the
have
mood
to tell
right.
their face that. You tell
Yeah.
their parts that.
Yes. Get in position. All right, this is for a damn good time.
If you do it, send us video. I mean, what?
Prove it. Pictures or it didn't happen. All right, we love you guys. I love you,
don't.
Cody.
Love you
And
too.
we'll see you next week.
See you next week, guys. It's a damn good time.